Good morning, students. Welcome to online classes presented by Mr. Ravi S. Kumar, lecturer in Department of Studies in Commerce, KLS Kokte College of Commerce, Belgaum. Dear students, in today's class, we are going to discuss about very important topic, that is importance of foreign direct investments. Before going to discuss importance of foreign direct investment, so we discuss in the previous class, such as that is benefits of FDI, and also we discuss the types of foreign direct investment, that is wholly owned and strategic alliance and greenfield strategy. So these are the different types of foreign direct investment, also the meaning and introductory of a foreign direct investment. So the topic is very important. Let us start with the importance of foreign direct investment. Dear students, let us start the introduction. Importance of FDI. See, retail business is changing very fastly nowadays, especially in organized retail in the form of big shops such as malls, e-retailing, hypermarket and supermarkets are more popular nowadays. So are become more and more popular, and variety of the goods and services with a comfortable shopping experience is to be given by what that retail aspects. So whenever the malls, hypermarket and supermarkets, whenever they want to provide with a comfort and luxurious shopping experience to the customers, they need and they want invest more and more capital, and they have to adopt a new type of a technology, and also they have to adopt a new type of management. So in such cases they need more capital, because to increasing the size of the business, to adopt the new technology, and to provide the good quality of the service to the customers, they have to invest more and more capital. So whenever they want to invest more and more capital towards the retailing aspects, so for that they are going to bringing the foreign direct investments. So only in today class we are going to discuss about the importance of foreign direct investment. So what are the importance by adopting the foreign direct investment in the retailing aspects? So FDI in retail business is much more important, the following reasons. The first reason is what? Growth in organized retail business. Definitely the growth in organized retail business in its means is nothing but the organized retail business needs huge investment in capital, technology and management. Obviously growth in the sense of what? It may be size, it may be cap it may be size, or it may be investment, or it may be management, or it may be the development of the business. That is, growth is a wider aspect again. So whenever the organized retail business they have to be need huge investment in terms of capital and technology management for the promotion and management of big shops such as malls, chain stores, specialty stores, and is a very risky business. So in such cases they are going to adopting the foreign direct investment, the proportionately the growth of retail will be going on, because to investing the more capital is not task, it is not easy task. To adopting the new technology also not easy task, and to adopting the new management also is not easy task. So in such cases if you are going to adopting the foreign direct investment, the proportionately it is very easily and move to the what? The growth of organized retail business. And also foreign direct can play an important role in the growth of retail sector, as they have capabilities and willingness to do business and ready for entering into the new areas. So that is known about what? The growth of. Okay, is it clear regarding how the FDI is very important for the growth of in the retail organizations? Let us move to the second point, that is to meet growing demand of Indian market. Obviously the foreign direct investment is very helpful for the growing demand of Indian market. See, the size of Indian middle class population is expanding and also crossing 50 crores and more, and more percentage of young urban customers are entering the culture of families, is changing the demand variety of comfort and luxurious. The peoples are willing to spend on variety of goods and services to meet the growing demand. The foreign direct investment is essential, as it can be create opportunities for the promotion of a retail and meet the expectation of customers. So it means, so whenever we want to growth and demand of the Indian money market, it's required again huge capital, because as per the people needs and wants and demands, whenever we want to justify those things, we have to invest more and more. So that is investment is to be done by what? The foreign direct investment. So we'll see about next importance of retail aspect, that is to strengthen the infrastructure. Strengthen means what? To make strong. That is a strengthen of infrastructure. Growth of any business depends on the solid infrastructure like better road, communications, network, storage, transport. So these are the representation of the strengthening of the infrastructure. So infrastructure is good, then we come to know that the nation, the position also very good. So because of that, according to the retailing aspects, if a retail shop is very good in infrastructurally, in it may be transport, or it may be storage, or it may be communication, or it may be network, or it may be providing the quality of goods and service, that is represent the strength of the infrastructure. So whenever we want to increasing the strength of the infrastructure, again it is required more capital and more investment. So that is to be provided by, that is to be taken from, that is foreign direct investment. So when you are ready to take or adopting the foreign direct investment, the proportionately our infrastructure will be strengthened. Next, rejuvenate Indian farm sectors is nothing but what? The firms, sorry, the farmers in India are deprived of remunerative price for their products, and customers are not getting a timely supply of a firm's product. So this is because of Indian firm sector lack of capital and infrastructure. Participating of foreign direct investment in sectors can change this scenario. So whatever we have the scenario of the Indian farmer, the problems and prospects, by adopting the foreign direct investment, so we can easily solve those type of problems. Next, important, market, sorry, make Indian retail competitive to global market. Obviously, so because when you are going to adopting the foreign direct investment, the proportionately Indian market will make competitive to the global market. See, Indian retail sector is dominated by traditional small size retailers. So liberalization, privatization, globalization policies of government have opened the gates for entry into the MNCs in India, that are giving competition to the native Indian retail outlet. To face such competition and become globally competitive, allowing the foreign direct investment in the domestic retail can make Indian retail globally more competitive and more competitive. So because of that, this is one of the advantages of or benefits of retailing. So again, they are given many the benefits by adopting the importance of means, if you are adopted, what are the importance? So these are the importance. So Indian market is more competitive in the global market, and again the growth of organized retail business to meet the growing demand of Indian market and strengthen the infrastructure. These are the importance. But what are the benefit? See, these are the benefit. Helps to achieve the global vision, more profits, control over business, adaptability, and heavy investment, dependence on foreign environment, sorry, not dependence, research and development and growth. So these are the benefits by adopting the again foreign direct investment. So let us discuss about one or two points. What are the benefits of foreign direct investment? See, help to achieve global vision. Exactly. A firm that has a global vision of promoting the business throughout the world can achieve the objective by making foreign direct investments in the different parts of the world. So every the firms, their intention is what? Promoting their business throughout the world and achieving the global vision and achieving the business objective. So because of that, the promotion its own venture can make its global or train the nation corporation firms like Pepsi, Coco, and these are the best example of objective of locating their businesses in every corner of the world. Because only by adopting the foreign direct investment, it is helped to achieve the business vision. Because every business vision is there. Every business they have a vision. We have to be promoting our business throughout the world, and we will become more and more and more popular in the market. So whenever you want to popular and whenever you want to start your business throughout the world, so what is required again? It's required again more capital, that is to be gone through what, adopting the foreign direct investment. Again, more profits, since management and control of the business is in the hands of firms, they have large shares in the profits. Nearly 80% of revenue of the firms like P&G, Philips, Nestle and IBM comes from their international operations. In simple scenario, I will explain you. So by adopting the foreign direct investment, so foreign direct investment means what already we discussed in the previous class. What is the types of that is foreign direct investment? That is what, wholly owned or greenfield, and again strategic alliance. So just an example of that is a wholly owned. So what will happen under the wholly owned? So according to the wholly owned, the subsidiary company they are going to, sorry, parent company they are going to starting what, subsidiary company. Is it right? So when the parent company they are going to sorry, mergers and acquisitions. So under mergers and acquisition, what will happen? The merger company, sorry, acquire company is going to acquiring company they are going to merge with merging the another company. So when they are going to acquiring another company, they are having a more than 51% of shares. So 51% of shares means the majority of the controlling and management of the business is that business only. So according to that point, they are also earning more and more profit who acquiring company. Next, control over the business. See, by allowing the foreign direct investment, the more and more control over the controlling business. Control as well as management will be in their hand only. We already studied about this. Adaptability and and these are the research and development growth. So these are the best benefits. But most important, I will explain you the limitations of foreign direct investment. That is the disadvantages. What are the disadvantages of foreign direct investment? The degree of risk is more. Obviously, there is a risk. What are the risks? How the degree of risk is more? Foreign direct investment result in the location of business and its infrastructure in the foreign country. That's the first. And huge investment is made in the business, building, plant, and other infrastructure. If the business is successfully, it can give adequate returns. If not, firm has to incur heavy losses. The asset built on the foreign land cannot be easily liquidated as the firm is located in the foreign countries. Example, Heroin of USA has installed a power of plant of in Maharashtra. The closure of that unit due to the political and economical factors has caused huge losses. Yes, obviously. See, easily we have to adopt the foreign direct investment. We have a lot of benefits and importance. But see, when due to some social and economical and political factors, if there are problems at the time, the heavy losses for what, invested company. So because of that, there is a degree of risk in the what, foreign direct investment, heavy investment. So heavy investment is one of the limitations. See, foreign direct investment needs huge investment, promotion or take over the MNCs in the foreign countries. So require huge investment in the various kinds of fixed assets and current assets. The business has to be modern with latest technology, which require large amount of capital. The firms that are capable to investing huge capital and new technology can only serve the foreign country. Because so what will happen according to the huge heavy investment? So MNCs or foreign direct investment, they can invest the more and more capital in the foreign direct investment. So investment in the sense of what, it may be in the fixed asset or it may be in the current assets. So in sometimes if the current asset is to be lost, so then it is a heavy loss to the water investors. So because of there is a risk under the water heavy investment. So dependence on the foreign environment. So as per the foreign environment, international business or international business environment, they can invest in that. But the economic and non-economic factors like political and cultural demographical condition, that is host country, determines the growth of the business. So that is to be too difficult, because foreign country economical environment, if you are compared with the host country environment to the domestic country, it is too difficult to come out the or find out the much more income and investment and all. So only it is one of the degree of risk. No flexibility, favoritism. So just to go through that, you will be clear with these all those things. Even though if you are not understood any FDI, sorry, benefits, importance and limitations, just you have to comment. I will be once again explain these all the things in detail with different examples. We'll move to the next important and last concept of your third unit, that is a franchising. These students, we already know about again franchising is one of the method of expanding. So franchising is a person who share the intellectual property and other features of the product with the franchisee for a free. So this mode of international business is very popular in service industries like food, hotels, firms like Pepsi, Coco, McDonald's have their worldwide operations throughout the franchising agreement. See, franchising is an agreement between two persons. Either it may be what type of agreement it may be? It may be what? It's consist of intellectual property. According to intellectual property right, the franchisor has given right to franchisee sell his product in the name of his name into the different countries. Best example, you all are getting McDonald's and you all the peoples are getting Pepsis and Cokes in the Pepsi company in the name of Coke company. Why? How it is possible? Because of franchising. Again, you all the people are having pizza in that McDonald's. These are the best example of what a franchising. See, licensing and franchising as a mode of international business is in the between a direct exporting and a foreign direct. So this is all about what franchising. Next, so just you to read out that these are the service will be included in the franchising and benefits of the franchising. Just to go through that, you will be understood. And let us I will be focus about the benefits and merits. What are the benefits of franchisee? See, franchisee can enjoy turnkey project or turnkey unit that is operating as well as established business format. He has no difficulty in selling the product as they are popularly in the market. So this is one of the best advantages. A lower financial risk compared to the other ventures because investment costs are lower than the higher the profit margin. So because of these are the invest benefits of franchisee. And next, the what are the merits of licensing or franchising? The first merits of franchisee: limited size of the market, limitations of the resources, less risk, optimal or optimum use of research and development. See, according to this, there are advantages of licensing or franchising, the limited size of the market, because so licensing and franchising is a better mode of international business to sell the product in the limited market, which is small. Through the licensing and franchising, even small market can also be served. By adopting the franchising concept, McDonald's in USA, if they want to capture the small market of like Belgaum, by giving the franchising to the Belgaum people, they can capture the Belgaum market. That is like that, limited size of the market. If the foreign company, it's a big market. If foreign company have a big market in the foreign level, but whenever they want to capture, such as in Belgaum and Bailongal and some other places, these all cities, this is very small market. Whenever if they want to capture these small market, how they can capture? They are in foreign, by sitting in a foreign, how they are going to capture the that Gokak or Belgaum's market? By only giving franchising. They will give the franchise to Belgaum people and they will give the franchisee to the water Gokak and bilingual people. By doing that, they can easily capture these markets. Because of this, one of the merit. Limited resources. See, limited resource means what? By doing or by giving the franchising, so whatever have a resource in that area, for example in Gokak and bilingual Belgaum, so whatever the resources are available according to that market, so those only they can use. It doesn't require much more resources. So just to enter into what McDonald's or a Domino's Pizza, and it doesn't require much more. There is a shop and again 4 chairs and again the equipments to prepare the pizza and hardly 10 to 15 members working for what supplying of a McDonald's. So that is what a limited or limitation of a resources. So if you whenever if you want to give a franchising to a small market, it is required again very limited resource. So only it is one of the merit. less risky, because when it is the market is very small and again we are using very limited resources, proportionately there is no risk for such type of franchising. And optimal use of research and development. Optimal means fully, properly we have to use research and development of the activities. Next, experience, no fear restrictions, control over the misuse of patents. Okay, these are the what franchising. So next, the last concept of your again in the continuation part of franchising in India. So how the franchising in India? See, franchising as a mode of business is popularly in India. The network of Kamath Hotel, Bata, Raymond showrooms, etc. are some of the traditional examples of franchising. After 1990, India is become a popular destination for the MNCs like McDonald's, Pepsi, Coke, Microsoft, Nokia spread their business network many through the franchising in India. So right, just I told you example how in India franchise is going to develop. Before 1990, this Raymond and Bata, the Kamath Hotel, they are only the king in that franchising concept. But laterly in the 1990, India is giving much more preference and destination based. Because of that, they are adopting the franchising concept more and more. So only nowadays you all people are using McDonald's, Pepsi and Coke and Microsoft because of franchising concept only. These are foreign based companies. They are sitting in the foreign and they are going to supplying their goods and service to the Indian people. Best example we discussed now, that benefits of franchising, uh, size of small market and less risk, and next is what I told you, that is limited resources. Because of that only they are going to adopting the franchising concept. And next one more is what the dominance pizza, that is also one of the best example of what franchising. Okay. Then next, the franchising as a format of business suits Indian traders and economy due to the following factors. Indian traders is basically risk average. He didn't like to take a risk. Running and franchising business does not carry any risk as the brand is already established. Next, demography of India is fast changing with a growing income level and consumption culture. The people demand vary of goods and services, and MNCs franchising can satisfy such needs. So because of that only we are going to adopting the franchising, because the demography of India is fast changing and fast growing, because the income level of the people, the income level of the consumption, the culture of the people is going to increasing. So how it is increasing? According to that, the demography of Indian structure also changing. According to the people culture and people demography, the variety of goods and services to be required. So when they need variety of goods and services, again we are adopting what these all franchising concept. If you want the people nowadays, we all are accepting Coke, Pepsi and all. Nobody we are using the desi products. So because of that, when you expecting, when you want a Coke, Pepsi and all, proportionally what will happen? Those people will enter into the what Indian, and they are giving a franchising to the people and supplying the goods and services of the Coke and all. And most of the people nowadays, it is a fashion. Pizza is a fashion. People will not have the pizza for the consumption. To become a passionate, they are having the pizza. So basically again the best example of again the people, the culture and demography and their level income, the peoples are moving towards to having the pizza and all. So when the people expectations towards the pizza, again the dominance and pizza center and pizza, they will enter into the India, and they are giving the franchising to the Indian people and supplying the goods and service to the Indian people in the form of pizza. So this is all about the scenario of that is franchising in India. So your third unit is completed, and 1 to 3 units notes are already given in the what college portal. Just to go through that. In the next class, we'll start with the 4 units. The fourth and fifth unit notes I will give laterly. Okay. After completion of fourth units, again I will give you assignments. Thank you.